What we all really want to know is how long did these feeding ratios take to peak, stay peaked, and remain usable before deflating too much for a recipe? I want you to keep an eye on the second jar from the right. This is the 1 to 5 to 5 feeding ratio. So we're rising, here we are at peak, it's deflating, and here it stays steady until it loses its steam eventually after 8 hours and goes back to its original state.
So I really hope this experiment showed you two things. One, you can use feeding ratios to ensure that your sourdough starter peaks and is ready to use at the exact time that you want to make your recipe. And two, your window of opportunity for using your starter is probably larger than you think. That 1 to 5 to 5 feeding ratio was usable, in my opinion, for about 8 hours before it lost steam and fully deflated. Sure, it would be nice to use it at its absolute peak, which lasted for about 2 to 3 hours. But even though it's deflating, it's still very active and fine to use in a recipe until you see it loses steam and just goes back down to the bottom. I think sourdough might be more flexible than a lot of people think.